Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I hope you guys have either had a good lunch, you're either currently eating your lunch, or you're on your way to get some lunch. I am on my way to get some lunch right now. And I haven't quite figured out what I can eat and what I can't. So I just gotta go into the area where the food is and kind of like figure it out, right? But I wanted to come talk to you guys, y'all, because my girl, Chrisean Rock, did an interview with the Danza Project. And I like how Danza, I think that's one of my favorite interviews. I like the way they conduct their interviews, right? So she did an interview with them. I think I gotta turn down here. Hold on one second. She did her interview with them. She has a celebrity fight coming up with Zena Zion. Zena Zion is a Philadelphia local fighter. She does a lot in her community, and she is a actual athlete, actual fighter. So I don't know. I guess they are calling it a celebrity match because I guess Krishan is on the ticket, but um Zenith is a real fighter, and she actually does uh, um, local boxing matches. I think she does. I mean, just around the country, but she's really well known locally in Philly. And so the fight is scheduled to be in Philly. I think it's April the 25th. I am planning to go to the fight, and she is going to be fighting her. The tickets are not yet on sale, but I'm currently waiting for them to go on sale because as soon as they go on sale, I will be purchasing tickets to attend the fight. So Krishan just did an interview with the Danza Project, and I was waiting to determine whether or not I was going to go to the fight because I wanted to see what kind of mental space I thought she was in. I don't want to. I'm always rooting for people. You know what I'm saying? I'm always rooting. I'll always be rooting for them to do what's right. You know, and even when I say something, it's still in my heart. Hey, Tears, listen. I hope she win, Tears, but she's Zenith is a good fighter. This is a legitimate fight. This is not like that bullshit we seen Blueface get knocked the fuck out the ring. Yo, Carlissa is hot. Carlissa she has an excellent team. Calvin Ford in Upton Gym is a magnificent trainer. A magnificent trainer. He is Vontae Davis tank trainer, and he is training her, and it is what she need. It is what she need to keep her focused. He is definitely the right person to keep her focused. Like he went with her and accompanied her to the Danza Project interview that she did. So that's the type of person he is. And I think that's why it was so much clashing between him and Floyd Mayweather when it came to Tank, right? Like, Tank knows that Calvin has kept him grounded over the years. And I think some of the mischief that Tank is getting into got to do with the fact that, Calvin did pull back just a little bit because of the tension that happens between him and Floyd. But Calvin is definitely like the best thing that happened to her. Yes, he is the best thing that happened to her. And I love the way that Calvin asked her questions, not to tell her what to do, but giving her options and helping her to think about what is the best thing to do. Krishan looked so good. She looked healthy. She looked like she not on that stuff. I don't agree. So okay. I think that, okay, so you let me know what you think is. I think people they're going to find the most negative thing about the interview, right? Hey, Red Bunny Boo. Hey, girl. I think that they find the most negative thing about the interview to try to throw her off track. I love the fact that she said that she's trying to tune out some of that noise, because that's the key to not responding. The key to not responding to every little thing is to tune some of that noise out. And I love the fact that she's doing that. And I'm glad, because see, Tessa is her older sister. She has, the oldest sister is that one that be on the internet. China is a trip. She be in and out. But Tessa is, I think, the third oldest. Because Tareen it's the sister that's after Tessa, and then they got a brother in between them. So it's China. I'm not sure. Wait a minute. It's another sister that I think don't have much to do with them. I think it's China, one of the brothers, the sister that don't really got nothing to do with them. And then it's Tareen. Tareen starts the Malones. So Tareen is the oldest Malone sister, but then it's Tessa, right? She's been with, yeah, it's another sister says that's not a Malone. So it's three of them, the oldest three. They are not Malones. They don't belong to the daddy. Tareen is the oldest Malone, though. And then Tessa, I think, is after Tareen. I don't know if one of the boys is in between Tareen and Tessa, but Tessa is the next sister. But anyway, Tessa is the cook, right? Amazing cook. She was supposed to be opening up her platform to where she can ship food, y'all. No, please don't. But Tessa is a wonderful cook, and she's been meal prepping Chrisean, making sure Chrisean is eating right. She's been accompanying. Once Tessa got rid of that case she had going on a few weeks ago, that case was dismissed. Once she got rid of that, she's been on it with Chrisean, been going everywhere with Chrisean to make sure that Chrisean is staying focused. The two that I think got the best chance of making sure that Chrisean stay focused is Tareen and Tessa, and that's what made it me sad, like that her and Tareen had got into it, because I think they the two that's best, but she has been doing really, really, really good. And like I said, Tessa has been trying to make sure her mind stay right, all of that. This is why I told Just B, if I'm gonna throw two of my 12 eggs or my 24 eggs into a basket, it's gonna be in the Chrisean basket, not the Blueface basket. Blueface got too many enablers, right? Too many enablers just allowing him to just continue to get away with this. And I don't care how much more money he has than her. Number one, some of that money that he got off her back. That's one thing. And then I don't care how much more money he has than her, until somebody really, really sit down that really care about him and let him know the D shenanigans, he's going to fail. Blueface is going to fail. This is like an epic fail. And this it's going to bring me to something I want to talk about, and that Chrisean talked about in the interview. However, what I was saying before is that I think people always want to find like the worst thing in the interview to like focus on. So of course, the main thing that's making the headlines is what she had to say about her son and when she responded to NLE Chopper, right? And so everybody knows that anybody to follow this story know that it was some commotion between Blueface and NLE Chopper. I don't even really know what NLE Chopper said, to be honest with you. You said, yeah, when you don't feed it, it will not grow. She's smart to ignore. Exactly. That is the key. That's the key. And that's my girl. You said, who is the babe? Is it Tareen? No. So Tessa is with her Red Bunny, like accompanying her. For her birthday, I know she was with Chastity and Petey. And that even looked good. That even looked healthy, right? You know, they had been going at it, but she was with Chastity and Petey. And Chastity, Chastity is older than Chrisean too, because Petey and Chrisean are the two youngest. But Chrisean is the youngest of the Malones, because Petey's dad is who Charla is with currently. Charla is Chrisean's mother. And so Petey's dad is who Charla is currently with and married to. But Chrisean is the youngest Malone, but her and Petey are the two youngest kids. And so Chrisean's birthday was just this weekend. She spent it in Miami, and Chastity posted her and Petey. So while everybody, you know, they had a little dispute, I guess, over the internet, upset about what was happening with the mother, the car, and all of that other stuff. But apparently, Chrisean and Petey have always been close and tight. Chrisean tried to make it known that she want to make sure she is being a good big sister to Petey. And so when somebody see her checking him on the internet, they might misread it, but that's their language. That's why they know how to deal with one another, right? And so you said that's so good. She has Tessa. Yes, Tessa is meal prepping her. And girl, Tessa be throwing down. You hear me? You said Blue is so toxic and ignorant. Keep playing with The Sun online. Blue needs Chrisean to be successful. This the thing, Taze, he plays with all of them. He plays with all of them online. And I am glad that Chrisean has gotten to the point where she will not allow herself to be used in that manner anymore. I pray that she stick with it, right? I pray that she can stick with it, because it's such a slippery slope. It's so easy to fall back into it. But Chrisean has real potential. It is something about her. It is something about her to make these people, even the ones that want to hate watch, they gonna watch. You know, it's something about her. And so I think Blue knows, like, he's not getting the same kind of traction with everybody else that he gets with Chrisean. And so he keeps trying to suck her back in, pull her back in. Girl, when she read that, did you hear when she read the message where he told her this Jesus shit ain't gonna work? That was such a diabolical ass thing to say. That this Jesus shit ain't gonna work. And out of all of the things that Carlissa, you know, I have a love-hate with Carlissa. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes Carlissa is speaking right, and I can agree. I wish she would just get her ass off the internet, but at other times, she is the one who is enabling this fucking nigga. And it seems like every time, Chrisean can never say or do something right. She's always going to jump in it when Chrisean say anything. She's always going to jump in it. And listen, I understand Chrisean whipped the bitch ass, okay? I understand it. I understand that. But at the same time, your son was egging on her whipping your ass. So which is worse? Which is worse? Like, he is the most disrespectful of them all. He made excuses, justifications, and made it okay for her to do it. You said he just wants to continue to humiliate Chrisean. Exactly. He didn't really want her. Exactly. He wants what's attached and associated to her, and she is what brings him numbers. As long as he can get her to crash out and be a crash out, that's what brings him numbers, and that's what he keeps trying to recreate. And he thought that he was going to try to, I don't know what he thought he was going to try to do with Stunner Girl. Stunner Girl, I guess, just did that for publicity or whatever. It made her look crazy, I guess, but she did it for publicity. But she let it be known right off the rip, like, I'm not doing that. I'm not crashing. You're not having me on here being a crash out. You know, I'm not doing none of that. You know, and so he tries to find who he can attach himself to be the next crash out. And as long as I'm gonna tell you when I really knew that he was like making a public cry for Chrisean attention, when he was making those statements about when he selects and chooses who he want to have a baby with, and he has the kids so that he can get back to the mama. That was for Chrisean. That wasn't for Jaden. That was not for Jaden. Jaden has made herself available to this nigga ever since he has gotten home. He did that to try to lure Chrisean back in, because as we see on that Dad's a Project interview, when Chrisean brings up the receipts confirm that this nigga has been reaching out, has been trying to continue to get Hood Trophy Beano. And Beano, when he pulled up with that Maybach, but Chrisean was like, listen, like, nigga, I wanted my laptop that you took. Like, okay, I forgive you, but I really wanted to catch a fade with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, Chrisean head is the most level-headed I've seen since she's been out here on the scene. Like, she is really looking good. Her face is looking good. Her body is looking good. Calvin, like I said, Calvin is the best thing that happened to her. He is a legitimate, real trainer. Her posture, her form, everything, in that fight is going to look way better than you seen Blueface. Blueface was up on that goddamn whatever that app is that he be on all night, making comments about the women, all this stuff, while he's supposed to be focused on the fight. And that's why he got his ass knocked out that damn ring. You said, I thought he was crying out to Chrisean when him and Nevaeh announced the pregnancy, and he was talking about going to church and marriage, and said, oh yeah, he trying to get Chrisean to yeah, he is. That's why, okay, it was one stream I seen where they played the clip, right, y'all? And he had them Bible pillows around. Them Bible pillows is what Chrisean gave to him. That's kind of why Stunner Girl didn't want them pillows around, because they came from Chrisean. 1 minute they was, next thing you know, he had them pillows back on that couch. That was a signal to her. So when he couldn't get her to crash out over, you know, all of the other antics that he was doing, then he wants to post this thing, well, I'm not the daddy. If you notice, Carlissa is not even giving any play to that anymore. That lets you know what he's doing. And then not to mention Ronnie, his family came out and was like, this is a lie. This is another thing for clout. Ronnie is not the daddy of that child. They are people who went and pulled things where before Ronnie dies, he says, I'm not the father. So I don't know what was done to confirm that, if there was something done behind the scenes to confirm that they didn't talk about. But clearly Chrisean is letting it be known, I'm not posting everything anymore that is going on behind the scenes with me. She let it be known when she read the messages of stuff that was happening behind the scenes on the day of the interview. And so we don't know what Chrisean did in the backdrop to allow Ronnie to be comfortable enough to know this is not your son. But the fact that Carlissa is not engaging about the baby not being, the last thing Carlissa said prior to Blue facing Blue making that statement, she confirmed that she had a dream and that the Lord told her that's her grandson, and after that she said she won't never say nothing no more. So with this last public display, Carlissa has not made any much mention about that. You say right, Carlissa already said the test that came back after Blue came out confirms it was Blue's baby. She said if that wasn't our baby, I would be telling the world. Exactly, because she tries to find anything she can to make Chrisean look the most trifling out of the two. You know what I'm saying? They both have looked trifling. They both have been trifling. They both have done trifling as shit. But she does her best to make Chrisean look the most trifling when it is really her son. It is really her trifling ass fucking son. And she knows it. She knows that it is him. She just, because she his mama, I guess she just publicly, she is struggling with saying it, right? You said Wax said Blue was in love with Chrisean, and I believe he was. Yeah, I do too. And he knows that he does not, if for anything else, right, Bread Bunny, he knows that he does not get the same type of attention that he gets when he gets with Chrisean. He keeps on trying to recreate it. He is even trying to use Journey to recreate it. And I'm going to tell you, it doesn't work. It doesn't work with even Journey is his daughter. It doesn't really work with him and Journey. I'm going to tell you who I think has the best chemistry on camera, and I wish would keep Journey like going. And that's Carlissa. I think Carlissa and Journey had better chemistry on camera. I think that is more marketable, and I think that is a direction that Carlissa could go in. And if Carlissa would focus on what she's doing with those grandkids, and at the end of the day, them grandkids love Carlissa, y'all. It's no matter what anybody else feel about Carlissa, how they feel about what she's doing, they love her. I think those grandchildren and the things that they are doing, the growing up, the support that she gives, how active she is with them, her always having them, I think that is the best strategy for her than for her to deal in this mess. I think it would be the best thing for her. And I also think that it might be, especially with where Chrisean is now, if she could see some consistency, because when in the interview, when Chrisean said, if I would like to just be able to drop him off, but I don't feel like I can trust him. She is worried about Carlissa with the camera. She is worried about Blueface always doing shit on the camera and always, like, that's a Javon don't even want to, like, if you watch how Javon is, Javon doesn't even, that's why Blue was trying to say, like, he's boring now. He doesn't want to, because he does not really want to be on the camera in the way you want him on there. Not in the, he wants to be a kid. And you keep bringing him on there with, like, other shit. Like, and trying to impose other shit on him. And then sometimes saying and doing things that he sees kind of embarrassing. And you can tell between the interaction with them. You said, she said, patent pink face and whatever else you do to trademark that name. So she's on it. Yeah, but everybody, I wish she would just stay on that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I wish she would get out of them adults' business and what they doing, and stay marketing her with those grandkids and her, because right now that's what's clean and that's what's pure. What is happening with her, the grandkids, that's clean. That's what she can make pure. That's what she can be involved in without having to get involved in the mess. And I wish she would focus on that lane because she does well with those kids. She really does. You said you don't like how they allow. Okay, and that's his. So that is what Carlissa. That's why I said I think Journey and Carlissa had better chemistry because Carlissa tries to work with Journey to not do that. She she posted a video of when she washed Journey's hair, right? And she was like, and see, she didn't say not one curse word. Carlissa does not like that Journey is doing that. She really doesn't. She will try to make it's her granddaughter, and you gotta figure like she gets sensitive when she sees people saying stuff online, but she doesn't like that she's doing that, and she's trying to. And Carlissa tries to find a way to curb her from doing it. She does not encourage her to do it. She finally allowed her to do her hair. Yes, and it looks so cute. Like I said, I think her and Carlissa, out of the parents, and her Journey and Carlissa have the best chemistry. And I wish that, like I said, I wish Carlissa would focus on her and the grandkids. I think if she would do that, Callie would feel more comfortable with Carlissa. Because like sometimes like Callie does not want Carlissa putting her on the camera, putting her kids and stuff on the camera. And I think that if she would focus on that, Callie would be more open to it, and people would get to see that side of Carlissa. I think that's the most positive side of her, is being a grandma. Like, and I think that doing that, if I feel like that, because right now, Chrisean is in a very sensitive place. So this brings me to this. So like I said, people focus on the most negative part of the interview. So they focused on her saying after she had the text communications with NLE Chopper, and NLE Chopper apologized and then mentioned something about her son's disabilities. And then she responded back saying, my son doesn't have a disability. And then she alluded to that there may have been some mentions from the doctors that her son may have some developmental delays, but she said she does not want to speak that onto her child. She, that unless she says it, then that's not what it is, right? And so people wanted to focus on that part of the interview. Now, me being honest, I do think that Chrisean is not being as acknowledgeable about his situation, and she doesn't have to for the public if she doesn't want to. But she's a young mom. This is what she is, a young mom, and she is into that church, and this is how church people talk. This is just a reality. And it is. I don't know what it is that in some instances, because this is not all church people, but I don't know what it is that they don't want to understand that modern medicine is something that the Lord made. Like, this is not something that was made by the hands of men. There is no way that our minds are vast enough to come up with this, how advanced in such little time. Like, if we look at just the span of our lifetime, right, to now, we see how technology has advanced so quickly. There is no way that there is no human brain on their own and alone that could think to advance to that position. That is something made by the Lord. The Lord gave us the knowledge and gave men the understanding in order to be able to advance medicine to where it is now. And that's something that he uses to help us. Now, people wanted to focus on her saying that, but they did not want to hear this part. So when she was asked her routine about like when they wake up in the morning, and she explained like all of the affirmations and then the gospel music, and then she's reading the Bible and the routine that she does with Chrisean, baby Chrisean, right? She said then they do the exercises that they learn in physical therapy. So she's being clear that he is receiving physical therapy. So people automatically took her statement to say, oh, she's not getting that baby the help. You know what I'm saying? And they did want to mention the part about her mentioning when in the morning time their routine is to do the exercises that they do in physical therapy, because then that would acknowledge that she is doing something proactive to try to deal with whatever developmental difficulties that he's having, right? She's acknowledging that he's not walking yet and he's trying to walk. She said it in the interview. So I do think that she is getting him some help. I think she's just doing it privately. And I think right now, what she's trying to reconcile is what she may have done to contribute, or she feels, even if it's not something that she contributed, but she might feel like that she contributed to why he is where he is. And that might be the motivation to what got her up out of the slump. She, that might be why she spiraled out of control, and we saw her behavior get even worse. And then now she realizes, I gotta do better for my son because my son need me. If nobody else, I gotta be there. You know what I'm saying? You say, I understand having faith. You also have to do the work. So physical therapy will give him the progress he needs. She's doing the work. Exactly. She said that. No, in all of the headlines, you don't hear them mentioning her saying their morning routine involves the exercises that they learn in physical therapy. So that is clear that she's doing it. But the sites that want to bash her, and that's what they want to focus on, they omit that. You say, yeah, and postpartum, exactly, Tiz. Postpartum is real. And then if you think that you've done something to contribute to what has happened to your child now, because while she was pregnant, she might have thought, because Carlissa has been putting up posts saying that they knew when the amniocentesis got done that there was going to be some developmental or mental delays or whatever with the child, right? That's what Carlissa is claiming, right? And what she's saying. This is my thing. During the pregnancy, she might have been hoping and praying when he came out that it wouldn't happen. And then when he got here, Tiz, exactly like you said, that postpartum probably kicked in. All of the stuff she's dealing back and forth with, all of the internet stuff was probably weighing her down. And then in addition to the own thing, she's working through stuff with her family, just all types of stuff. It was so many things crashing down. You said, reminds me of the mom that thinks she can pray her gay son straight. Yeah, and that is true, Red Bunny. Like, that is a thing too. I think she needs to be realistic and say, okay, I'm going to do everything I can for him to thrive, even if he doesn't come out of it, right? It's okay to have the faith that God can do something, right? But you have to say that, this is what I always say to people who they come to talk to me about stuff and they are in destitute positions. I tell them this: you don't have to know that God is going to do it. All you have to know is that he's able. That's it. That even if he doesn't, that he was able. And that if he doesn't, that it's something for your good. It's something for his good. It's something for our good, right? That's it. That's all you gotta know, right? But a lot of times, you're right, Red Bunny, that pray the gay away mentality applies to so many other things when it comes to religious people. You know what I'm saying? It's not just it's not just about sexuality. They apply it to so many other things. And so I think she has to be realistic and say, I am going to be okay that even if God doesn't do it, that me and my son are still going to thrive. That he's going to have the best opportunity, the best chances, the best care, the best everything, even if he doesn't. And I don't, this is the thing. Like I said, she is young. She is young. And she's dealt with a whole lot. She's had a whole lot of childhood trauma. On my community wall, I had posted a thing talking about how the brain develops, like from adolescence into adulthood, how puberty and all of that stuff works. And a lot of times, that frontal lobe is not finished developing until 25, or sometimes even after. And so her maturation process is still continuing. She is still in the process of maturing, right? To a point where I think she will eventually mature to that. But right now, I think she is holding out hope that God is just going to cure him. And I think that she needs to get to a point where it says, okay, even if God doesn't, I know he was able. And so I know he must have given me this challenge. And just like she said in the interview, she said, before I was asking God, why me? And then I had to say, why not me? And I think that this is another one of those instances where she has to consider that too. Why not me? It's so much I could do. It's so much I can show. It's so many people I can help, even if my son condition doesn't get better. You know what I'm saying? There's so many more opportunities for me and him, even if it doesn't get better, right? And so I think she has to get to that point. But she is, you see the progress. You see the major difference in her from a few months ago to now. And I know a lot of people say they don't believe it. I know it's a lot of people who think that people can't change, but I'm rooting for her in this moment. I really, really am. Like I said, she looks good. She looks good. Her body is right. She is with the best trainer that she can have. Somebody that knows her, somebody who can relate to her, somebody who she feels comfortable with, somebody from her hometown who she's not concerned about their motives and why are they helping her. Somebody who is helping her to keep things straight, to try to stay out of all of the drama and all of the extra and the negativity, you know? And I think that if she continues on that, I think we are going to see something amazing. Did y'all see that movie, Christy? It was about the boxer. It was so many like different things that when I was listening to Chrisean interview, it was because that's from a real story. You said it took a long time for Alexis Guy to come to to accept her door. Exactly. The baby was living with her mother for a long time. Yes. And Alexis Sky was trying to figure out a way to like try to continue to do what she was doing and then still be there for her daughter. Chrisean doesn't really have or feel like she has that same family support because it's so much turmoil going on in her immediate family because just of the way like their upbringing, the way that they was raised. But the one thing I could say that Charla, despite all of Charla's messed upness and all of the stuff she's done, she gave them kids God. She did. And that is the thing that I think they hold on to. You hear all of them hold on to that. No matter what they are in or where they are in life, I think that's the thing that snaps them back. I think that's the thing that brings them back. And so, like I said, I think that Tessa is the best one, but Tessa and Tareen are the best ones that are there to be able to be that mother figure to her, to try to keep her focused, to try to keep her on track and say, come on, Chrisean, you got this. You can do this. And sometimes that's what you need. You need somebody who love you like that. You know, when Danza told her, I'm going to tell you, Tiz, when I was started crying. When Danza told her, when you first came out here, it was a lot of people around, but you was by yourself. And now you got the right people. Now you got the right people. And now I am so like happy for her. I am so happy for her. And I hope she continue on this. When she said the best way to deal with your hater is to prove them wrong, she never lied. She never lied. And that is what the people watching cannot take. They cannot take that. You say, "Oh my God, I felt that woman." And yeah, like he was speaking truth right there. Like when she first came out here, she was by herself. They wasn't for her. Like jumping into that arena, everybody, it was all about what could profit off of her because they looked at her like she was a crash out. You know, and when she said she finally came to the point where once she was like, one point, I was playing dumb. She said, then I realized I'm really looking dumb. And then I didn't like the way looking dumb made me feel, right? Like all of that we seen was her trying to figure out how do I pull myself out of this dumb situation that I let myself be in. Like, how do I pull myself out of it? And so that's why I said the other day, if I was to say, I might have a 12, 18, 24 carton of eggs, right? I'm not going to take all my eggs, but right now, 2 of my eggs are in the Chrisean basket in this situation of who can come out on top, who can come out and make it through this. I wish Blueface would come out of this because it's for them kids, all of them, not just Chrisean. He's not setting the right example for his other children. And then you got to think about also then later down the line how that impacts their relationships with each other. What that then does to relationships between brothers and sisters, right? And he has this idea to want to make more kids. You know what I'm saying? But all of what he's doing, like the negative stuff that he says about Jade and Alexis, that's inappropriate. I don't agree to that. Why are you coming online saying that? And you know, Journey yet is not of age to where she can look online and see it. But Javon, he knows that you go online and say this stuff about his mama. You know, I don't. None of how he's acting right now is, to me, somebody who is trying to do better. He's just somebody trying to make money and make as much money he can, whether it's negative, positive, whatever it is. And no matter who he uses or what he uses, and some people think that's okay to do. And those people who think that that's okay to do, they in his corner. And that's what and they cheer that on. I don't. I think he can do something so much better. So I think he can do something so much better than the attention that he's attracted. And honestly, I think that he knows that he's doing much better than that. But I am waiting to see if Carlissa responds to the text messages where that boy told Chrisean this Jesus thing ain't gonna work. Because she always trying to throw Chrisean under the bus, talking about Chrisean ain't no Christian and she a demon. And they gonna know if Chrisean right if she bring that baby around. That's how they gonna know that she really know God and she really been delivered and all of this other stuff. But you have now your son on text messages telling her this Jesus stuff ain't gonna work. What you gotta say about him? What you gotta say about him now? And what you claim you taught him and who you claim he know? Well, if he knew Jesus, then he would know Jesus work every time. It's one content creator I watch in the Cardinal Church sector named he has a channel called Mad Church Disease. He always says this: Jesus plus nothing is everything. So who send you a mess? Who believing in Jesus? Who believing in God? That's one thing if you don't believe it. But what person that believes in God and believes in Jesus is gonna send somebody a text message saying this Jesus thing ain't gonna work? Like, who does that? But her son did it. And so I'm waiting for her to respond to that. I'm waiting for her to have something to say about that. Because she can always give her opinions on Chrisean's Christianity and what she thinks about her and this Christian thing that she's doing and whether she believes it or not. But everything your son is doing, it falls completely out of line with the same stuff in the measure that you're trying to judge her against. So I'm waiting for that same application to him to happen publicly. And I think that the perfect time for you to give your opinion is now, when he's then sent this girl a message telling her that. Who sends somebody that kind of discouragement? Nothing but a devil. Or at least that's what some people would say. I don't think he's intelligent or smart enough or bright enough to be the devil. So I don't give him that. But that's what some people would say. Nothing but a devil would tell her that, right? Where is your questioning of his Christianity now? Where are you challenging what you taught him? Where are you checking him in his faith walk? She can always come up with some comments about Chrisean's faith walk, but have none when it comes to her son. She has nothing but justifications when it comes to her son. The only time that lady got something to say with her son, when he calls her a hoe, or he tell something about her business and her past, or he compares her to Chrisean, or say something, then she'll put his business out there. Then she'll have something to say about the stuff that what he's doing. But I want to know if you are being honest. You call yourself being honest. You call yourself being the truth. Okay, what's your opinions on this? I'm waiting for somebody in the chat to ask, because of course we know she's not going to volunteer it. She's not going to volunteer her opinion on what those text messages and what he had to say. She's trying to big up her SZA with this thing she's doing with Jay and Alexis now, trying to find her love, whatever this I guess flavor of Jade and Alexis love that she's doing. And so she's trying to create the controversy. Oh, Blueface is so in love with Jade and Alexis, and you know he's jealous and all that, and which he might be too. He might be jealous. He's just like they say, I believe he is. He's narcissistic. He's a narc. So I think that he is jealous of any of these women. Yeah, exactly, Tish. She is not going to acknowledge it. She is not going to acknowledge it. But I want to see what is going to be her excuse, Tish, when that chat says something. Because you know that chat always get it, and she can't help but to read it. I want to see how she's going to Houdini this one. What she going to have to say about this one. How she's going to flip this back on Chrisean on this one. Right? And then I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, Chrisean got to come and talk about, no, she ain't been saying nothing. Your son started it. He started it when he came out there with that message talking about he ain't the baby father and all this other stuff. So you didn't think she had a right to come back and respond? And she didn't respond in kind. She responded with kindness. She didn't come back and respond in kind. She handled him with kindness when she did it. And she said, that's what you, if that's how you, okay, that's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Because the thing that with Blueface doing that, he knows what he's doing. He knows that now those people who are against this girl are gonna double down on her. And he feels like that doubling down is going to pressure her to crash out. And then he's going to get what he wants. And then he's going to be able to speak about her crashing out more. He wants to try to create an excuse and a reason for him to speak about her and speak about the situation. And she is giving him none. And that's why his ass went in that ring and got knocked the fuck out by that Pillsbury Doughboy. Because his ass is nasty and wicked and evil doing that. That's exactly why his ass got knocked the hell out. And I don't know whether he been over there on that damn Twitch or not. I have not seen nothing from him in the last couple of days. I know Jada and Alexis gave a statement. You said the fact he lost his fight on her birthday is crazy. Exactly, Tiz, exactly. And I know Jada and Alexis went on there because he had made some comments about Jada. I guess since he knew that his little thing with Chrisean didn't work to create some buzz around his fight, then he decided he was going to say something about Jaden. And Jaden came out after the fight and she basically said, well, maybe if you was focusing a little bit more on your fight, you know, than talking about me and being up on Twitch all night, the night before your fight, maybe you would have had a better outcome, you know? But the two of them are relying on each other to make money. That's the difference between Chrisean and the rest of them. The rest of them are relying on him to be able to stay relevant in order to be able to get the clicks and the views that generate them revenue. Chrisean does have some other talents, and I'm glad that now she is challenging that and she's focused and staying focused on that in order to try to get through this fight. But Tiz, I hope that Chrisean beat Zenith, but I don't know. At any rate, I think it's going to be a good fight, and I'm there for it. I am going to be up in the place for the fight because, listen, I wouldn't have went to the fight if Chrisean had came out and did the interview and she started doing all that crashing out again and all of that other stuff, because I don't want to see that happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see that. I don't want to. It don't give me a good feeling. Now I got a good feeling about it. And I think that she is going to do well. Even if she don't win, I think she's going to do well. you know. And I know a lot of local boxers that Calvin coaches, not just Tank. So one of my friend's sons, he coaches. At one point my son had an opportunity to train with him in his gym. But the yeah, it's Calvin is a good coach, if for nothing else. He does good with the youth over there. He's done good. You know, he did a lot, but he did a lot of good. And this is definitely a good thing I think that he's doing. This is another avenue and another route for him to pay, for him to make a name for himself outside of Tank. I think this is a good route for him too, establishing, you know, outside of that situation. Um, with Tank, you know, Baltimore, we always root for Tank. I don't know what is going on. I don't know what he got to do to get back focused, but this is what I want to say. This is what I want to say too, Tiz, because I'm honest. You says Chrisean reach is longer and she can naturally hit hard, and the other girl was just a wrestler and her reach is short. She only had more muscles that rock, but that doesn't win the fight. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I think it's gonna be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, like I said, I don't know. I just know that Zenith was a fighter too. You know, but I don't know like all the particulars when it come to her. But I know I've seen her. You know what I'm saying? So I know this is like what we watched between Blueface and Chibu. That they both look tired. They both look tired. I don't even know. Like the fact that was the main event. It was like main event where. Main event where? Like they both, when they got in the ring, they looked like they was tired, girl. You said yes, that would be a really good fight. Yeah, they as soon as they got in the ring, the two of them looked tired. And as time went on, it looked like they both just wanted to just lay down and take a nap. I don't know. I don't know what the hell was going on. And then look, y'all, Carlissa is mad as hell at Clarissa Shields. And I don't even know why. This is what I'm saying. She get mad at the littlest goddamn thing, right? Carlissa got her mouth out there prior to Blueface, prior to the fight, talking about Blueface better knock the Mario coins out of him, right? It was so embarrassing, but talking about he better knock the Mario coins out of the boy, right? And then he gets the Mario coins knocked out of him. And now she went, I hope y'all don't think my son, he mad about taking no L. And she got so much negative to say. But now she's mad at Clarissa because Clarissa just to me, Clarissa didn't even, unless she said something else. Because I didn't, the only thing I saw Clarissa say is that these celebrity boxers need to spend more time training before they get in the ring, right? At least 6 months. That's what she said. And this is the thing. I think that was an assessment on both of them in that ring. Because like I said, when they both got in there, they looked tired as soon as they got in there. So I don't think that that was like any observation on one over the other. They both equally looked tired. Right? But when she's asked who does she think won based on her analysis, she said she believed that Chibu won the fight. Because there are still those people still trying to challenge, talking about they Blueface won that fight. Y'all know Blueface did not win that fight. Y'all know he did not win that fight. For under nothing, for no reason. So Carlissa gonna say, well, Clarissa could have said something more encouraging or whatever. She didn't say nothing bad. All she said was that I feel these celebrity boxers, if they're gonna get in the ring, they need to train at least 6 months before getting in the ring. And then there was a comment made by somebody else underneath the post, and then she said, well, in my opinion. And the comment that was made by that person was something along the lines of Blueface winning. And she said, well, in my opinion, the fat boy won. That's all she said. Here come Carlissa. Tell her that she need to tell her to arrange the fight with her boyfriend and my son. Girl, the way Papoose knocked Easy out, I don't think you want your son getting in the and then I don't think Papoose can knock Clarissa out. I don't think he can knock Clarissa out. But the way he knocked that goddamn Easy out, fucking with that Remy Ma, I don't think you want Blueface getting in no ring. I do not think you want Blueface getting in no ring with Papoose. You said he was eating fast food all week. He always eating fast food doing them mukbangs, Red Bunny. He is fat. He is fat. And listen, I don't know. I don't got nothing wrong with fat people. I don't care nothing about people's size. I don't talk about people's size. Well, however they are, that's how they are. Whatever you love, that's what you love. However you enjoy life, that's how you enjoy life. But Blueface is fat. Blueface is fat. He is always on there eating. He spend more time on there eating and messing with them girls and getting twerked on than he spent training. And I think that was some good criticism for him. He need to listen to Clarissa before you get. First of all, I don't even know anybody who wants to see. You said Papoose got hips like Angela. Shut up, Red Bunny. Don't get 10 started. Don't get 10 started with them hips. You supposed to have a clean diet and get in cardio twice daily training for a fight on top of strength. Exactly. And he ain't doing none of that. We know he's not doing it because he's on stream all fucking day long. I done seen Blueface up in that gym maybe 3-4 times. That's it. That is it. I have not seen Blueface and I don't watch his streams. I just be seeing like people do the clips. But I only done seen about 2-3 clips at the most of him being in that damn gym. But I done seen a whole bunch of clips of his ass eating, messing around with them women, all of that. And it's like, boy, I don't know what he thought. I don't know what he thought when he got in that ring. But Fat Boy had something to prove, and he wasn't going to let you get in that ring and just whip his ass, no matter who the hell you think you are. Fat Boy said, listen, I don't care how tired I am, I'm going to keep going. This about to be like Rocky and Apollo Creed up in this. Because at the end, y'all remember when Rocky and Apollo was fighting, they was tired of shit. All they was doing was leaning on each other. That's exactly... That's exactly how the two of them was looking. And early on at that. Early on, they was doing that. No and no. I cannot believe Blueface embarrassed himself like this. Like, I don't know what... The thing that should have gave Blueface some motivation when he saw Chrisean over there getting that meal prep. Because Chrisean this is the stuff she's been filming. Out of all of the stuff that all of these people been saying about her, like these last few months, since she done tried to get on this new trajectory, she has not been coming on here posting, negative stuff. People have been having stuff to say about when she does come on, like they was saying things about when she got the gift stuff from the P.O. box and how she's holding a baby and all of that kind of stuff. People have had comments about that, but she hasn't been coming on here with the drama. Hey, Just V girl. We got a naysayer. Just V is a naysayer in this. We talking about the Danza interview with Chrisean Just V. Just V is the naysayer when it comes to all of them. She said all of them ain't shit. She said all of them ain't shit. So I posted the Danza project interview that Chrisean Rock just did. So if you didn't watch it, go watch it, girl. Before you give an opinion, go watch it. And then let us know what you... And then let us know what you think. Don't prejudge. Just go to the interview and watch the interview first, Just be okay. But yeah, Blueface should have took a page out of Chrisean's book when he saw all of what she's been posting and doing, and she's leading up to her fight, right? What are we to do? Listen, Just be. I told you I got 2 of my bags in the Chrisean Rock basket. And after that interview, my 2 eggs are still in there. I'm sorry, they still in there. I don't care what you say. They are still in there. I think this girl, I told you, I think I see something now. She ain't all the way up out of it. There's some things she need to, still come to the realization about. But the girl is looking good, Just V. She is looking good. She's training good. She's with a good trainer. I know he's a good trainer, right? She's with a good trainer. He is keeping her mind together, keeping her focused, all of that. You said hi, T's, babe. Carla be coming on here, camping for all these trash buckets. I'm sick of it. Listen, Just V, I'm telling you, just go watch it. Just go watch it. Listen, you can't listen. I am about a person like this. I know her backstory. That girl came from a very unfortunate circumstance. I can give. That's where I give grace. That's still a young person, right? That's where I am. I'm looking at I'm waiting to see the journey. That's what I'm waiting to see. That interview was good. It ain't just me saying it, Just be Tears are saying it too. So if you don't want me, if you don't want to believe me, then at least listen to Tears. At least listen to her. She agrees. I'm telling you, she is looking good. She's training good. She's been eating good. She's talked about she's still in denial. Just be, we talked about that. She's still a little bit in denial about the disability thing, but she acknowledged that he has been getting physical therapy and that she does the exercises and stuff with him as part of her training in the mornings. And I think if she can keep focused and not get back on the crash out, we might have something here. I might listen to part of it. Y'all get on my nerves. You love us, girl. You love us. Just admit it. Just admit it. Just admit it. You love us here. But I think, yeah, he should have took a page. Well, Just be. Did you see Blueface get knocked the hell out by that Pillsbury Doughboy in that ring? What you think about that? What do you think about that? That was the most laziest fight I ever. You said I'm sick of it. That was the most laziest fight ever. Yeah, he should have took more. And honestly, if I was any promoter or the people that's in this business, I wouldn't even want to book another Blueface fight after seeing that. To me, after watching that fight, that would blow his chance at everything. With me, he wasn't ready. And he knew that he wasn't. The other nigga wasn't ready either. Just be. Neither one of them wasn't ready. That's the bad part. They both got in the ring already looking tired. Both looking like Mike Tyson in the last fight. Neither one of them was ready, girl. Neither one. Exactly. He knew he wasn't ready. That was exactly like if I was, like I said, if it was me and I was investing my money into this, wait, somebody was more ready, Just be, but that ain't saying much. Come on now. It ain't take much effort to be more ready than that. Come on now. We just gotta be honest here. I'm being honest. We just gotta be honest here. Okay? And it didn't take much effort to be more ready than that. That was terrible. And yeah, and you're right. Probably high, Tears. Exactly. Probably high too. Like that, the sluggishness, all of that. I don't know. The formation. I hate when somebody body form. That's the one thing sometimes the Tank get me. Sometimes when Tank be, and especially when Tank first gets started, I can't take his form. Like, I hate the way his form look in the beginning. Like, I wanted to say this. Let me tell y'all something. Comparing Tank and Chrisean in interviews, Chrisean is way better. Chrisean interviewed way better than Tank. And Tank been doing this for a while. The one thing I hate is after Tank win them fights and he gotta go talk to them people, y'all. That shit bothers the hell out of me. I'm like, get him somebody to help him be able. He's getting better, but like, if y'all go look at when he first started to now, he is getting better. But child, I cannot take it when Tank be having to go talk to them people after he win them fights. I am like, Lord, he needs somebody to help him, Jesus. You say, I think it's time for people to stop making a joke of boxing. It's serious business. And just be, Chrisean is taking it serious. The coach that she has is not going to allow her to do nothing but take it serious. So that's what I'm saying. That's why we want you to go watch it, Just Be. She is taking this serious. She is not. You're gonna be able to see that part at least. If you don't want to give her nothing else, you're gonna be able to tell that she is taking this serious. She said when she started before right before she started with Calvin, she was 198 or something like that, and she's like down to 170 something. So I think then she said she got to lose like 10 more pounds, or I can't remember. She said 10 or 20, but somewhere along that lines that she need to lose. So and she talked about what their plan is for her to do that. Yeah, that coach is not gonna agree to coach her and she not be taking this serious. He got too much on the line for her not to take it serious. So yeah, she's like I said, her face look, everything, it just looked good. Her conversation, and even on the part where she was getting choked up, she was still able to make it through and still sound like she was of sound mind and body. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't sounding like she was when she was crashing out and on all of them drugs and all of that. Like, she really sounds good. She does. But yeah, it says, okay, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's gotten better. Tank has gotten better. Like, when you watch from the first all the way to now, it's gotten a little bit better, but it still ain't where it need to damn be. It still is not where it need to be. She sound a whole lot better than Tank when discussing her plan, what she's doing, all of that. Like, so I gotta give her that. I got to give her that. And I don't know what that is, because the other fighters over there that come out of that gym, but you want to know what? Probably because they had the right parents who made sure that they was getting like the right education in addition to them doing the like boxing thing and stuff like that. And so maybe that's why they speak better. But I don't know. Tank, he be struggling, boy. He be having me struggling. I be cringe. As soon as I know he won the fight, and then I know he got to get up there, I just start grabbing my head like, Lord Jesus. And I just start saying the prayer like, please let him sound better today than he did yesterday. Cause I don't know. I just don't know what it is. I don't know why yet he has not gotten somebody who helps him along in that arena. There is like and probably because he keep getting into all of this damn trouble. That's the other thing too. Lord have mercy. I don't know. But listen, Just Be, I'm telling you, this interview. I know you ain't gonna be on board. None of us is 100%. We know that there is some potential. We talked about this. Just Me, you cannot accuse me. You know I talk realistic about it, right? I talked about the possibility of backsliding back into the same thing, right? So I am aware that that is a possibility, but I am hoping that it's not. I'm hoping that she proved people wrong. She's looking good. She's sounding good. She's talking good. Right now she is on a different wavelength and focusing on what she need to focus, even if it's just to get through this fight, you know. And she talked about how when she got attacked in Compton, how vulnerable it made her feel. And then she was like, I gotta do something. Like, I don't want to be vulnerable like that, you know. You said I'm keeping my eye on you. Girl, listen. I just have a heart for young people. I really do. I really do. I have a heart for young people. And when I know the type of place that person came from, listen, I wish the best for them. I really do. And I hope Chrisean can stay where she is. I hope she can keep going from where she is. I hope she can stay out of where she was. Right? That's my prayer. That's my prayer, Just V, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you, Tears. Thank you, Just V. Thank you, Red Bunny, for coming in and talking to me today. It is always a pleasure. I love you guys. Y'all have an amazing day. I hope y'all either ate your lunch, on your way to get lunch. I'm about to go in here and get me some lunch from Longhorn because that's where I pulled up to. So I'm gonna grab this lunch from Longhorn and then I'm gonna get myself back to work. But I love you guys. Y'all have a blessed day.